Hey everyone, welcome to the BSTV reality review premiere episode. This is
Selena.
and this is Justin. These are our names when we travel. Obviously, a little Canadian joke. That's not our names. I am Steve. This is
Bianca.
so the BS reality report. I guess we could introduce each other, in the order that the show is BS Bianca Steve, not Steve Bianca, but whatever.
Or
So
it could be
to-
the bullshit
Yes,
reality
yes.
TV.
There
Whatever
is
you like.
There is a play on that name, obviously. So we're going to review the Bachelor episode. So thoughts on Clayton as the Bachelor?
Girls, I don't know what you think of him, but I'm not feeling him at all. I mean, he's not really that witty. He's like a good-looking guy. He's tall. Every girl wants a tall guy, like 6'4", husky, like really good stature. But I don't know. I don't really see any pizzazz or charisma. What do you think?
I think he's boring.
Okay, I was trying to
I
be
think
nice.
he's one of the most boring bachelors ever. I've watched probably half the seasons, maybe most, but all of the last like few years. And he's boring. And
Yeah.
case in point, probably the most boring thing I've ever seen on Bachelor. He reminds me of Colton, actually. Not the homosexual part, but the part that he's just boring and can't
Lack charisma.
he can't improv. He can't joke with anybody.
Right.
It's just like straight to the point or giggles because he doesn't know what to say.
He has a nice smile, at least.
So, all right, ladies, if you think that. So the point I was going to make, he's sitting there talking with Teddy Wright. That is the virgin girl. And they're talking and they have this connection. Did she get the first rose on the first day?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
so this is episode 2 we're talking about.
Virgin character in The Bachelor.
So, but has there been virgins on other seasons? I don't
every
remember.
season.
Other
There's
than
always-
Colton.
No, there's always a virgin on almost every
Yeah, I
season.
guess.
And they always have to make it known that they're a virgin.
Okay.
For some reason.
Well, Colton made it known.
Yeah, and others did as well.
Okay, so back to Teddy Wright. She's talking with Colton and she got the rose on the first episode. So now we're on episode 2, which is what we're reviewing right now. And she says, I'm going to need a lot of validation because I'm going to be worried when you're dating these other people. What do you think of this conversation?
First of all, girl, you're on a show dating one guy with amongst 25 other girls, so I don't know. If he even gives you any validation, does it even count? Like, his words are just words. You're dating a guy who's dating 25 other girls who are hot. So, what do you think?
Well, to carry on with what was going on with them, she says she needs more validation, and then instead of like being funny or having any sort of comical response, like her name's Teddy, like maybe make a joke about her being teddy bear, say she needs a sticker, some honey like Pooh Bear. Yeah. I don't know, any sort of joke, and instead he's like, I'll give you validation because you're special and I really like you and I'm gonna make you feel wanted. Like just boring stuff.
Yeah, and words really mean nothing in the grand scheme of things, so I don't know. Well, maybe she likes them, and I don't know.
I think she's gonna go far. I think she is a candidate to win, but I just think he's boring.
Apparently they had a connection that they were excited that they were each other.
Actually, let's talk about. So I always get a kick out of this at the start of Bachelor when they interview her, and she's like, "Oh my God." Of all the people, when I got selected, I was hoping it would be this one person, and it was Clayton. That's who I wanted. Really? Of the hundreds of candidates they have, that's the one guy you wanted? Meanwhile, he's like the least liked Bachelor candidate of all time.
I don't know if he's the least liked. I think people were just shocked that he was the Bachelor. He became the Bachelor because he didn't really stick out in what was her name season?
Katie. Was it Katie?
No, the one that just passed. It was
Michelle.
Like, he wasn't one that really was like, oh yeah, I could see him going to be the Bachelor. We both thought that maybe Andrew S. from Katie's season, he had so much charisma.
Yeah, he would have been the perfect candidate.
He dressed so well and he was a joker, but he was like a really humble, really nice person. Well, on TV he seemed
and he was quick-witted. He came in with the British accent to start.
But Clayton was just kind of like, okay, he didn't really stick out in anybody's minds, and that's what we are reviewing right now.
Yeah, and I didn't even know who Clayton really was until the episode where they kind of hinted he was going to be the Bachelor, where he's playing with the kids and the little girls. Like, you'd make an excellent Bachelor. Yeah. But anyways, let's move on. Okay, so Shanae. Shanae gets in the argument with Elizabeth, and Elizabeth
Yes.
pulls her aside and says, "I'm sorry I didn't pay attention to you. I have ADHD." And then Shanae goes off, tells everybody on the show she has ADHD, she's making up excuses, but then carries on with interviews into the camera where you have this one-on-one time just going like ADHD and making
Everybody
fun of
has
it.
ADHD, and sorry, but you can't really say that these days, especially with mental health on the rise. But I mean, that's none of her business, and I just feel like if somebody doesn't pay attention to you, even if she has ADHD, nobody has to actually look you in the eye. Like, what are you crying about? Saying that person is
No one
toothless
owes you any sort of conversation.
Like, you just met this person. Maybe she's paying attention to something else. Like, sorry, are you that insecure that this one person is not really paying that much attention to you? Like, boo-hoo.
Yeah, I don't even
Girl.
care like about if it was an excuse or not. It's just that I don't think the internet's going to be very kind to Shanae on her going hard on a mental illness. Yes.
Yeah, that's not going to be good at all for her at all. So, Shanae, watch what you say.
Okay, so now we'll move on to the challenge. The girls all got together and they had to...
Oh, with Hillary Duff.
Yes, Hillary Duff. That's right. Forgot about that. Big fan of Hillary Duff. And they had to get together and they had all sorts of different tasks in like a birthday party type of scenario.
Birthday.
So Cassidy was... I don't remember her partner. But she had to make a dollhouse.
Right. And she didn't do it. Because she just took Clayton away, whisked him off, and went to go make out with him in the pool. Good for her because it is a game. However, part of it is that you have to join in that group date with the other people. And, you know, she said that she's not here to make friends or to do any of that stuff or to help make a kid's party. But, you know, like, if you don't do that, then there's not really much of a show. If all the girls decided not to do that, right? No?
You just stole my opinion of what I was going to say.
Oh, too bad. You're too slow.
So anyways, I was going to say the same thing. Like, they give you tasks. Some of them are stupid and trivial. But if you don't do them, the whole show, which actually might be better, they just stayed in the house and drank and argued. Rather than going to do this other stuff. But then they... didn't they also do a thing at the end of it where they had an obstacle course and they ran? And then one of the girls...
That was the other date.
That was the previous episode where she threw her in the mud?
No, that was another date. That was Shanae.
Oh, that was the second date of the show. That was Shanae. Okay, I got them confused. So this one, Cassie just refuses to do the task.
Yeah.
And then drinks on the side and then pulls Clayton aside a bunch and basically...
Oh, she drops the cake too that the
Oh,
girl
yes.
made.
Because she was drunk because she wasn't doing the task. And that's what I think. But they didn't say that.
Obviously, they're not going to say
everyone just kind of said like that was rude of her to do it.
Yeah.
But it was obviously because... She sat on the side, and it showed her drinking on the side while everyone else is working.
Yeah.
Anyways, she gets the rose.
Her in the ass.
So she gets the rose because she pulled, not only here but later on, she pulls Clayton away a bunch of times and makes out with him.
Yeah.
And then she gets the rose.
Yeah.
And then the cliffhanger for the episode is, you could tell us about this because you saw this more. So Cassidy gets busted on what?
So Cassidy. She talks to another girl in the house saying that she kind of has a friends with benefits at home, a guy, and so she saw him before she left for the show.
FaceTimed just before.
Yeah, so clearly they're still connected, and so the one girl that she confided in, she went to go tell Clayton. Clayton is all like up in arms about this whole all this information and calls on Jesse Palmer and asks if he can retract a rose. So we're thinking that Cassidy might get a rose taken from her.
Yeah, it looks like that's what's going to happen in part 2 that's coming up. Just a little point here that I always hate in The Bachelor or Bachelorette is but I guess in this case, if she has an F buddy on the side and maybe Clayton should know that, I always hate the person who goes up to the candidate, the bachelor, the bachelorette, and is like, this person's not here for the right reasons, and tells all the secrets in the house. Like, it usually gets them a couple more episodes, but they're gone. They never win.
Yeah. So no one likes tattletellers.
So do you think he should be able to take back the rose?
It's his decision. It's his life. So, yeah, for sure. Why not? But, I mean, that's her own prerogative, too, at the end of the day, if she's not there for the right reasons. Let it play out. See what happens, you know?
I think that he should not be able to take back the rose. Because I think you have set rules on these shows, and you can't change the rules. He gave the rose. He should send her home next episode. But we, as fans, should get the drama of her confronting the person who told on her. We should get a whole episode of that and
Well,
get
that's
to
gonna
watch that.
happen. It's gonna happen.
I guess,
Yeah.
but we're probably only gonna get like 10 minutes of it, or 5
I guess
minutes.
we'll see what happens next week.
All right,
What
so
are
this
your
is
thoughts?
this has been the BS reality TV review. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think of the past episode and what you think is gonna happen. Thank you.
Bye.